Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this video today we are going to learn how to save data using shared preferences. So I'm just showing you my very simple activity which has one text view and another text view. Also one text view is to type something over here just for notes, and another text view you don't have to type anything, but this text view will actually record in shared preferences, save in shared preferences how many times this application has been opened. So this tutorial is focused only around this part. So if we start an activity and then we close it down, this will increase to 2, and then we close it down again, we open and close it down again, this will increase to 3. So basically it's tracking how many times did we open this application. Later on I'll do another tutorial of file. Actually I'm going to teach you how to save data through file, whatever is being written over here. So let's start. I go to my main activity. I'll actually create the reference over here. No value, just declare the variable of the text. It's actually the type is text view, and we'll call it restart view, so we know how many times it has been restarted. And here inside the on create will actually do the reference. So we'll say restart view is equal to find view by id r dot id dot application restart how many times. Okay, and we also will save a variable. This, in case you're wondering what this is, actually it is telling us to cast it to the text view, which we just did. And I'm also going to maintain a variable over here and a key. So a variable and a key to store it into my shared preferences. So since I'm learning shared preferences, I'll also have a key, because shared preferences go with key and value pair. So this is my private int started, and initially it's 0, so it will be storing how many times it has started, and a key which will be fixed. And you don't have to create a variable for this, but I'm just creating it, so just in case we we actually write the same key and we read the same key also, so just in case there is no spelling mistake. So private static and then final string, because the reason it is final is that it's not going to change anywhere. Started, so it's the same started but it's in caps, and the key is actually, okay, let's also give this started. So the variable name is also started, the key is also started. Now what I want to do, I want to declare a shared preferences object to read the file. First of all, I'm going to read the shared preferences with this key, and the second step is write to the shared preferences with this key. Okay, while I'm reading, I do this by declaring first of all a shared preferences object, and I'll just call it sp, and I just call it get preferences. And when I do get preferences, actually I have to give the context, and I'm gonna give context dot mode private, which means that only my application is gonna access this application, and nobody else can access this shared preferences. Now once I have created the object, the next thing is that I need to read how many times it has been read. So I need to use this key and read how many times it has been read and save the value in the started. So started is equal to sp.getInt. Why int? Because I will write also in the integer, and then I will read also into the integer. Get int, and I'm going to use this key started, this key started, and comma 0. The reason I'm giving it 0 is that the first time it will not have any value, it will not find the key, and since there's no key, there's no value shared stored into the shared preferences. Therefore this is the default value, which is just in case if it's not there, what value should it give back. So if it's not there, it should give me back 0. which means that it has not been found. So if it has not been found, we'll just display a toast message. If started is equal to 0, just display a toast message, toast, create new toast, and we'll say welcome to your new notes application. Since later on I'm going to create this notes application using files. Let's move forward. Now this is the read part. Now I'm going to do the writing part. So as soon as my application starts, it reads and shows right over here how many times I've started. Also it updates, because I've started this one more time, it also updates this to 2 and writes it back to the file. So I'm gonna do just that. I need to create an editors object, not the shared preferences object, but the editors object. So how do we do that? First of all, what we do is that we increase the started time. So started plus plus, meaning it has been now increased. And then what we do is we'll create an editor object, which is shared preferences dot edit preferences dot editor. We'll just call it ed is equal to sp dot edit, okay, which is this my shared preferences, this object sp, which I just created, and its editor. So I called its editor. I have the editor object now, and then I need to actually put back into my shared preferences an integer. So let's do that. Ed dot put int, and there's only boolean, float, int, long string and string set that you can put. You can't put dates, you can't put timestamp, you can't put objects or blob or images, etc. It's just very basic means of storing data and small data. So what's the key? The key is the same key, started. The value is this started variable. So I save that started. Next thing I want to do is that I want to apply. People also use commit. You can use either dot apply, and I'll tell you what happens. Ed dot commit. You can also do saving, but commit will give you a note, or if you just hover your mouse over it, you should see the comment. Or if you just go and see the documentation, the recommended one is to use commit, is to use apply, sorry, pardon me. So I applied it, so now it has been saved in my file, and now I'm gonna update my restart view also, that how many times it has been updated, it has been started. So let's do that. Started, this is sorry, did I show this before? Restart view, yeah, I didn't do that. Restart view, yeah, I gotta do that. So if it has been, so it was read, it was 0 times, then you show a toast message. What if it has been shown before already? So what you do is you can just come down to else and say restart view dot set text, and we just change this to whatever the started is. Started dot, if you do dot to string, this doesn't happen. So what you do is just add a empty string to it, so it gets converted into a string. So restart view dot set text will become a string now. So because when we display, we have to display always as a string. So let's just save this, build. It'll take, I think, half a minute, something. Yeah, there you go, saving data. So I expect this to show me just a minute. Three. Okay, now it's updated. So I'm sure it wasn't displaying the updated one. Yeah, it should be displaying the updated one. Just close this, saving data, come back. So I hope there's no 2 saving data. Okay, saving data again, and now it shows 4. Yeah, so that's how it is. So you keep on closing it, keep on starting it, it'll keep on saving it into the shared preferences. And also when you start, it'll update also, and the next time you start, it'll show you the updated number of times you've actually started the application. Next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to write and read from this box, from this editor, text edit, basically, which you see over here. And we will not be using any buttons. We'll be using the events, the on pause and on resume events. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.